Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alima and I'll be leading you through a 30-minute yin flow. The optional props are a strap and a set of blocks. We will begin by setting up the breath. So when you're ready, flutter the eyes closed and you're going to breathe in for 4. Hold at the top for 4. Then release for 4. Repeat this pattern at your own pace. When you're ready, flutter open the eyes, and we're going to begin today's practice in child's pose. So come onto your hands and knees. Your big toes are going to come to touch. Bring your knees wider than your hips and sink back through the hips. Remember, with yin practices, we hold the poses for a lot longer. When you're ready, shift the hips forward in line with the knees, and we're going to lift the head and bring that left arm under the body, facing towards the back of the room. You're going to exhale and bring the face to rest on the floor while raising that right arm up. We're going to repeat on the opposite side now, so bring that right arm down and back through while raising the left arm and facing the front of the room. If that is too much pressure on the top arm, you can walk that arm out above the head. When you're ready, bring the arm back down and come to lie flat on your stomach for a resting half frog pose. So you're going to bend that left leg at 90 degrees and rest your head on your hands. Allow your hips to settle and relax. Release and let the ground hold you. Transitioning out of that pose, you're going to bring your left leg back to center and roll onto the right hip. Grab your strap and place it around your left foot before fully extending your leg. Place that right elbow on the floor in order to support the head. You're going to keep the hips stacked and squared to the front of the room. If you don't have a strap, you can use your hand to support the leg. When you're ready, lower that top leg down and roll onto your stomach. Bend the right leg at the knee, trying to get as close to a 90-degree angle as you can while resting your head on your hands for a half frog pose. Allow your hips to settle and relax. When you're ready, bring the leg back to center and you're going to roll on your hip and repeat. So bring that strap around your right foot this time and place the left elbow on the floor, resting your head in your hands. Lower the leg, roll onto your stomach, and come onto your hands and knees. We're going to transition to a low lunge. So feel free to grab your blocks in order to bring the ground closer. You're going to extend the leg closest to me and bring it through for a low lunge. Make sure to keep the front knee in line with the ankle while untucking the toes on the back foot. When you're ready, shift your hips back so that they're in line with your back knee for half splits. So you're going to begin straightening that front leg while flexing your foot. Then fold forward over your front leg. Every inhale, lengthen the spine, and every exhale, see if you can draw that chest closer towards the knee. When you're ready, rebend the knee and come back to tabletop and begin to make small hip circles to relieve some of the pressure before we repeat on the opposite side. So extend the back leg this time and bring it through for a low lunge, making sure to keep that front knee in line with the ankle. Moving back into half splits, you're going to shift your hips back so that they're in line with the back knee, straightening that front leg and flexing your foot. When you're ready, begin to fold forward over that front leg, making sure to keep your spine long. Rebend the knee, come back to center, and transition to lie flat on your back for happy baby pose. So you're going to hug the knees into the chest and take the hands to the shins, ankles, or inner or outer arches of the feet. Gently begin to guide the soles of the feet towards the sky. Your knees are going to widen towards the armpits. Continue to inhale and exhale as your knees draw down a little deeper. We will hold this pose for a few breaths. So if at any time this feels too intense, feel free to bring your knees back to your chest. When you're ready, slowly lower both soles to the ground and let your knees fall to the side. Bringing the soles of your feet to touch for Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel free to utilize blocks if this brings ease to the pose. You can bring your arms above your head, grasping the opposite elbows. When you're ready, we're going to transition to our last pose in today's practice. Use your hands to support the legs as you bring them back to center. Fully extend the arms and legs. Your palms are going to be down for grounding or up for receiving. Soften with ease, let go in your body, and feel your worries and thoughts gently slip away. Truly ground yourself in this present moment. Thank yourself for showing up to your mat today. Remain in this pose as long as needed. Be well.